Hi, I'm Nakia Monet, and I'm with Where's the Buzz TV.
Hello, Nikia. How are you?
I am great. Hi, Damson. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm so thankful that you've got a nice white background. Everyone's been showing me up today. White is the simple background. This is how everyone should do these Zooms. Bless you.
Okay, that's what I think too. So it looks like we're matching. I love it. We're twinning. I think we both had the right idea. No shame to anybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, so first of all, congratulations to you on everything. You are, I guess, a busy man at the top of the year because you do have Snowfall coming out and now you have this brand new movie on Netflix. Congratulations.
So much.
So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot. I felt like I was going through a bit of a ride of emotions. So, for you playing Lieutenant Harper and you are playing a drone pilot, how was that for you? Did you have to go through any specific training for that, being a soldier? Because a lot of it looked physical.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for me, I wanted to be as unprepared as possible playing Harp because this is a guy that sits on a chair all day, eats gummy bears, and looks at locations from far away. He isn't this expert Marine like Captain Leo is. So, although we had gun training, I would always tell the director and tell our stunt coordinators, I don't want to be too good at this stuff. So maybe I should miss out on this stunt day, or maybe I should miss out on this day. And from looking at the finished product, that decision was amazing because it created this contrast between Harp and Leo. But when we finally get to the final showdown, as an audience viewer, because you know Harp is well in over his head, you're rooting for him and you're like, wow, how is he going to overcome adversity?
Yeah, it was one of those things at the start of it, I was like, okay, Harp, you got to get it together. But then when you're watching it, you start to root for him. And then I felt like the characters kind of reversed for me
Yeah,
between Harp and Leo, where I felt like the love I had for Leo kind of changed. And I don't want to give anything away. So,
yeah.
question for you, because the chemistry was so amazing between you and Anthony Mackie. So, what was that like working on set with you two? And what was the chemistry and the dynamic like?
That's, I was always saying, this is the most fun I've had acting, right? And I thought it was because it was of the movie, but now just from just doing these interviews and seeing the product, and even just talking to Mackie again, um, I feel like it was Mackie. I feel like the reason why this was my favorite acting experience is because I was working with Mackie. The chemistry, he's like a big brother. It's so easy to separate from the work and jump to personal, then jump back to the work. You feel like you're making art with your family, and that's how I felt working with Mackie. He's a seasoned actor that's done over 70 movies. I mean, that's someone that you could learn from. And he's such an open book. He's open to me being a sponge, to me asking questions. This was my first action movie. So to come under the wing of someone who's co-signing me to be in this, who's producing this, and who's so important to our industry and our community, it was the greatest opportunity ever.
It was great watching you too. And Damson, you're holding your own. Like, it's crazy that you said this is your first action movie because as I was watching it, I'm like, yes, yes, I wish I was there. This is amazing. So, watching you guys on location, was this green screen? Was it on set or were you guys on location?
We were on location,
Wow.
Budapest in Hungary. We would wake up really early and take these 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour drives to these remote locations that used to be huge communities, which are now abandoned. You look at somewhere like the first conflict zone where you have those kind of broken down buildings. I could walk in those buildings and walk from apartment to apartment, and I could still see people's curtains that they left behind. I could still see people's jeans. That was, and some of it was dressed, but it was such a beautiful experience. To the forestry that we were around, and to the Damsk encampment, to the bank. All of these places made it more real. And then, of course, you throw in some robots, and it all becomes that much more exciting.
Yeah, it was really interesting and exciting because the robots looked huge while you're watching it on screen. So, what was it like working with the robots? Were you face to face with the robots? Was it a whole training that you had to go through? Because I was afraid. I mean, I was watching it, but I was afraid for you.
For me, it was interesting because, like I say, it's my first time working on an action movie. It was my first time working with that level of CGI. So I would chew special effects and the director's ears off of how these things actually looked, the width of them, the size of them, how fast they walked, how slow they walked. But at the same time, try and forget that I'm looking at a metal 6 foot tall pole with a tennis ball on top of it. You know, it really does force you as an actor to really go into your imagination and see what isn't there. So for me, yes, I was intimidated because after watching the movie, I could tell that we were really able to get to that place of intimidation.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was intimidated. I felt like I was watching a 2020 version of Terminator. I'm
Whoa.
like, this is wild.
Hey, that's a
It
good
felt,
compliment.
yeah, it felt like a black Terminator, I guess you can say, and watching two cool guys make their way through. So, question for you. So, this is a movie about war and it speaks about war and the effects of war. So, going into this role, did you have thoughts about war and did it change after you did this role?
I always had thoughts about war. You know, just from the history of humanity, war has been something that's been prevalent throughout our history. And I've always been open to looking at both sides, but I'd always still subconsciously root for whatever location that I happen to live in today. But through going through this movie and preparing through watching movies such as Good Kill, Eye in the Sky, through looking at countless interviews of drone pilots and soldiers and the PTSD and the trauma that they go through, and to then looking at interviews of people who have been in drone strikes, people who have actually experienced warfare. Why are these people so angry? What have they lost? I'm able to have a different outlook. And my outlook now is I would love to see a halt on it. I'd love to see an end to it. I'd love to see us move towards 2036 without technology moving in a way of advanced AI warfare. I think it's incredibly scary to me. And hopefully, as a viewer, you're able to not necessarily make that decision and have that opinion too, but to at least have an opinion on it. That's what I hope Outside the Wire does for its viewers.
Yeah, I think the audience will definitely take a look at this and whatever your thought is on war, I know what mine is already. I feel like it's something that should be over with. But even watching this, and I even love the line when they say to you, your character, this is your effects. Now you get to see it in person. I was like, damn, okay.
All of those orphans, you know, all of those kids that are playing there. And it never made it into the movie. We didn't have enough time. But I always said to the director, Mikkel, I said, hey, it'll be amazing if one of these kids ran up to me right now and try and get this ball that's in my hand. You know, because that to me, and there's plenty of moments like that in the movie where Harp is reflecting on what he does so coldly from thousands of miles away. And when he's at the bank strike and finally experiences that drone strike, or when he finally kills that first Russian soldier, he's lost a piece of his soul and reality has hit him that maybe what he's doing isn't actually perfect or right.
Yeah, I felt for your character the whole movie. Like I said, it was like up and down emotional roller coaster where you're like, I think I like him. I don't know. And at the end, you're like, okay. Question for you. It seemed like everything was happening your first day of work, your first day on the job. So have you ever had a job or were you ever in a situation where it was the first day and you said to yourself, you know what? I think I want to quit this. I don't think I want to be here.
Oh, wow. Oh. Funny enough, the first acting job I ever did was a play called Pandora's Box at the Arcola Theatre in London. And opening night, I almost wanted to walk out. I was petrified. I was like, yeah, I don't think this acting thing's for me. But a better story, and no one knows this. This is hilarious. There was this comedy show back in the day in London called Sunday Show. It was hosted by a comedian who's working today by the name of Mo Gillingham. And I put my name in to do stand-up in front of all these people. And he brings me on the stage, and I'm supposed to have like 10 minutes or whatever. I get out there and bomb so bad. People are literally, you know, you tell a joke and people are like, It was
Yes.
horrible. My time, I was up there for 2 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm supposed to have 10 minutes. I was literally like, that's my time. Thank you. I'm Damson Idris. And I walked off. And then the owner of the show then came to me and he was like, hey, I saw so much glimpses of star in you and talent. I'd love for you to host our game show. I was like, are you crazy? I'm never doing this ever again. I'm going to be an actor. Why? Right away. So that was something I quit on.
That's amazing. I love that story. You should do more comedy. Do more stand-up. So this movie, I believe the genre is like sci-fi drama, which was pretty dope and pretty awesome. So is this a genre that you would love to tackle again?
100%. Just from before even seeing the finished product, like I say, this was the most fun I've ever had acting. And my job as an actor is, of course, to flirt with different realities and connect to different human beings. But at the same time, it's to keep that inner child in me. And through doing these movies, I'm able to do that. It's not so heavy like everything I've done before. I think there's a delicate balance that I'd love to walk as an actor. So movies like this are definitely going to be in my resume going forward.
I love it. I think because with this character, you're able to empathize with him and sympathize with him, and you felt the emotions where other characters you play, you still do, but this was something different, and I loved seeing you in this role. Yeah. I got a little emotional. I was like, okay, I feel for him. Where other roles, maybe not so much, and that's how great of an actor you are. So that is credit to you. Last question for you. With everything going on in this world, as you know, it is crazy. 2020 was a mess. 2021, we're only 2 weeks in, and it seems to be a little up and down. So what do you hope that the takeaway is from this movie for the audience? Because I really enjoyed this, and I felt like I was able to kind of escape a little bit with everything going on in the news. So what do you hope the audience takeaway is with this film?
To celebrate humanity, to sit back on Friday with your family or friends or whoever, have a big bowl of popcorn and to just celebrate humanity. This is a movie with robots with 2 strong black leads. We've never seen that before. But it's not a huge education in your face that these 2 guys are black. They're just soldiers. I think it proves that it's the new normal. I think it proves that we're moving in a good direction with regards to our industry, and hopefully it filters into real life too.
Oh, sorry. I thought we paused. I thought I didn't know you finished the answer, so that's totally my fault. I thought the Zoom had paused, so I was like, did we pause? So sorry to everyone on the call. And sorry to Damson.
Oh,
I know you're probably like, this girl.
Now on when I speak at the end, I'm gonna be like, period.
Period. So sorry, Damson, and sorry to everyone on the call. I think I was just so into your answer. I was like, yes. Yes. I was like, did the Zoom freeze? Well, that's a perfect note to end on. Damson, thank you so much, and congratulations on the new film. I can't wait for the audience to see it because I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And congratulations on everything you have coming your way, from Snowfall to this movie and all the great things for you in 2021.
Bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Stay safe.
Awesome. Stay safe. Thank you, guys.
Where is the buzz?
Where is the buzz? You said was mine.